Hello, everyone. I had no intention of beginning to create consistent content, whether it be for the YouTube channel, The Higher Paradigm, or my podcast, The Higher Paradigm, until after my 40th birthday, which is tomorrow. But given the current circumstances we find ourselves in as a nation, as a collective, with the death of not only the death of Charlie Kirk yesterday, but interestingly, we fall upon today the anniversary of 9/11. And just a week ago or so, the shooting at the Catholic school in Minneapolis occurred. And there's just a lot of really dark things coming into the light now, but also we're being reminded, with this being the anniversary of 9/11, we were being shown how and in what ways demons are instilling fear and creating chaos and just playing a major part in how we feel as humanity, how we feel safe, how we feel peace, how we feel love, how we feel anger, how we feel grief, how we feel all these things. And I feel called to share what's on my heart, what's been channeling through me right now with the latest tragedy, which is Charlie Kirk's death. The unfortunate state of our country and this division and these voices speaking hateful, tragic, evil things out into the world using the platforms of social media in order to do it. Those that are celebrating that Charlie Kirk was shot and killed because his opinion, his perspective, his point of view, his beliefs, his values threaten those that do not agree with him, those that feel triggered or attacked by his point of view, which was most often, shared with compassion and kindness and honoring the dignity and the integrity of humankind, even if it's even if their opinion is in opposition of his. He had healthy debates. He was not violent, but a lot of the really negative and dark and harsh things that are being said about him, taking what they want from the things that he has shared, his beliefs, his stance on certain and particular topics like gun violence or gun laws, on family, on abortion rights, all these things. A lot of people's opinions and really harsh and hateful things are coming from a place where they're taking his words out of context. And the point is, and I've seen a lot of hatred and joy, not genuine and authentic joy, but joy from an evil place coming through on social media, on, various platforms. And if anyone shows you who they are, believe them. So it's not that people who speak hatefully and say awful things and celebrate somebody being shot and assassinated. It's not that they can't be better people, but definitely see them for who they are, which is demon possessed. Because anyone who laughs with joy at the assassination of an innocent human being with a family and who deserves to have freedom of speech, anyone who laughs and celebrates that is possessed by demons. And what it means to be possessed, we think of The Exorcist, but we experience demon possession all over the place. It's all over. They're just walking the earth. They're masquerading as humans, or they're infiltrating humans in order to try to take power and control and to take up more space. So possession means, like, think of it like you have possessions. You have things that belong to you. So when someone is demon possessed, that means they belong to the devil. They belong to the demons. They are owned by demons. They do not operate from their true self. They do not operate with love. They're puppets, essentially, for the devil, for Satan, demons. But the thing is that we can all break free from being owned by any entity or any person. We are able to, I do fully believe that people are able to break free, because I was once possessed by demons. I suffered with addiction. I lived in anger and in suffering, in resentment, in my trauma, in all those things. And when you're in that place, you have a very different point of view and a very different perspective of life. It feels like a prison, I guess. So I know that these people that are spewing such hateful things and saying such awful, disgusting things are capable of doing better. There is a light that burns inside of them. Maybe right now it's buried by pain, by suffering, by demons. But there is always hope. But we can't excuse the behavior, and we can't succumb to it. We cannot get down on our knees to it. We can't bow to it. We can't let it win. It is our duty as beings of faith and love and compassion and understanding and lightness. It is our duty to stand firmly and confidently and courageously in our truth, embody the lightness, embody the good, and let our light shine on those that are spewing demonic language all over the place. I think, if nothing else, Charlie Kirk's death was an example for us to rise into our truth, to feel and trust that it is our duty, our mission, our purpose to stand firmly and not back down from speaking truth, from honoring our values, from not being afraid to share what we value, to share our beliefs, to share our stance. I think it's pretty clear that no matter what way you go, what you say, how you speak, there's going to be opposition. There's gonna be people who hate you for it. So why not just be who you're here to be? Speak of your relationship with spirit, with God, with the creator. Think of your greater purpose that you know deep inside, underneath the fear, underneath the pain, underneath the worries and the grief. Let this grief of the state of our country right now fuel you to stand more firmly against evil. This is a spiritual war. As much as this was a political assassination, Charlie Kirk stood up for his beliefs and his values because he had such a deep and committed and honest and meaningful relationship with our creator. And he trusted that no matter what, God has got him. That no matter what, this is all for a greater purpose. And that's why we're here. We're here for something much bigger than ourselves. And it is okay to grieve. It is okay to be sad about the divide in humanity, and that this divide has conjured up such pain and such darkness that assassinations on innocent human beings who are doing good in this country and we're serving a great purpose, but don't let it deter you. You know, Charlie Kirk did not die in vain. He obviously, one thing that I know to be true, and I think that it's important, we can get some comfort in knowing that our plan is divinely orchestrated. We can't avoid what is meant for us on this path of life. We can't avoid it. We can try, but our creator is always one step ahead of us. There's purpose behind all of it. So I do believe that Charlie Kirk died on purpose. I mean, first of all, he died doing what he loves to do. He died fulfilling his purpose, his duty, right? I mean, he obviously was brought to this planet to make a significant impact in our country. And he did do that in his short life. He had accomplished so much and established himself in such a profound way. And it doesn't go unnoticed and it won't be forgotten. But there is a reason that God's plan for Charlie Kirk, it was what it ended up being, and him dying at 31 years old with 2 little kids and all this tragic stuff, right? There's a reason for all of it. So allow his death to fuel your mission for your existence on this planet. I think that's the point. I don't think of course, we got to take our time, right? We got to take our time feeling our feelings and being in our emotions. But let those emotions of sadness, of grief, of tragedy, of shock, of rage, of anger, whatever it is that comes through you, let yourself go there and feel it. But let it fuel your purpose. Allow it to fuel your relationship with your higher power, your relationship to your truth, your relationship to your passions, and what you stand firmly and confidently believing in. Let it fuel your ability to rise up and speak your truth, because now is the time. It's evident more than ever that we as a collective need to stand up, to rise up. We need to help those that are in the dark, that have not woke yet, that are possessed by demons. They are savable. Everyone can be free from this darkness. Everyone can be free. I fully believe that. I just think that we have to take our time feeling our feelings right now, watching and witnessing how the world or how the people of our country are responding to this, and separate ourselves from making it mean anything about us. These people are angry and they're so hateful that they are celebrating this, and that scares me. Just see it for what it is. Try. It's not necessarily easy, but see it through the lens of, this is not meant to cause me to shrink down and go into a hole. The bird's eye view of what's going on right now and how different people are responding, or different groups are responding. And remember, and come back to yourself and ask, okay, so knowing all of this, and I feel the way that I feel, I know what's to be true. What are my intentions? How am I going to lead with love? How am I going to lead with love? How am I going to bring more love into the world? How is my light going to shine so bright that it's going to help others to bask in it and wake up? Because that is possible. We're all capable of making an impact. I mean, it's just, what are we allowing ourselves to be impacted by? Are we allowing ourselves to be impacted by those that are not in possession of their own thoughts and their own words and their own feelings because they're possessed by demons? Or are we owning our own truth and having faith in something beautiful and something loving and good? Because we did not come here to live like this. We did not come here to be like unfazed by an innocent man's using his right to freedom of speech, getting shot. We did not, and being unfazed by it. We did not come to this planet to live in violence, to live in hatred, to be unhealed. You know, all these people possessed by demons are very unhealed people there. So it made them more vulnerable. It makes us more vulnerable. I shouldn't separate them because I have been there too. We are more vulnerable to darker energies, frequencies, demons, Satan himself, when we have wounds that need to be healed, when we have unprocessed trauma and we carry so much anger and pain and resentment and rage and confusion and on and on and on. We open ourselves up. It's like we create these energy leaks in our field, and the devil knows exactly. The devil and demons are always watching. And so they know exactly how to sink their teeth into us and cause us to go in downward spirals and lose our sense of self, lose our sense of divinity, and forget our soul. You know, these people, they have souls. It's still in there. They're still in there, but they're not operating at a soul level. They're operating at a dark place. Those of us who are here to lead with our hearts and honor our soul and fulfill our soul's mission and purpose, and we are passionate about life, and we want to lead in love, and we want to lead in compassion, and we want to see the vibration of this planet rise and us come together in humanity. We cannot allow ourselves to be penetrated by the energy of those that are possessed by demons. We just can't. So, you know, I know that that's not exactly the language Charlie Kirk himself would use, but in essence, his mission was to bring deeper thought, and he was helping the next generation. Obviously, he did not give a flying fig Newton about those that are possessed by demons. He still was going to speak his truth. He wasn't afraid. And I can bet that he did have multiple conversations with his wife that this could be the potential outcome of my life because of my voice, because of what I say and how I speak. And obviously as a partnership, they chose to just trust in God, you know? So while he's leaving his wife and his children behind, I think from their perspective, they feel honored to have had him as a father, as a husband, as a son, including his parents, as a brother, whatever. I don't know about his extended family. When someone dies doing what they love and speaking from their heart and having such faith and trust in something more, that is admirable. And that is a fuel to the rest of us heart-led beings who are here to fulfill soul work. It's not easy. It's not going to be. But if you're scared right now and you know that you're a heart-led soul worker, meaning you're meant to lead and guide others through their healing, or you're a spiritual teacher or a mentor or whatever, and you're afraid right now, then please, I invite you to go deeper into your own work and deepen into your relationship with yourself, clear those wounds, and deepen into your relationship with your higher power. And you will come out of the other side recognizing that in spite of the fear, this is what I'm here to do, and this is what I need to speak about. I can't claim to know what my divine plan is. And so I accept. And I can't appease everybody. There will be opposition, but I will stand firm and confident and in faith that what I say and how I say it, and when I lead from love, I can't go wrong. It's not easy, and it's still a practice I am putting into place myself. I'm just really getting started. So I have had to face a lot of my own demons, face a lot of my own wounds of rejection, even past life stuff. But in the end, it's like when you know that you're here to help awaken, to help open people up, to be not just a cycle breaker, but a disruptor. When you're here and you know that you can't unknow that. So if you know that you are, I'm right here with you. You're not alone. If this is really upsetting for you right now, I get it. I am right there with you. I have been crying on and off just because, yeah, it's devastating that Charlie Kirk has died. I know that his soul is in the light. I know that his soul is on its mission right now on the other side, in the other realm, in the heavenly realm or divine realm, however you want to say it. It's more or less, it's really, I think I'm more devastated by humanity, right? Like how dark our world is right now. But that doesn't mean that's how it has to be and that's how it has to stay. So it's up to us to come together and rise above this. It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to come back to love, because it's all we got. We got love or we got hate and dark. I mean, we get to choose. So I hope that all that made sense. I send all my love, of course, and I've been praying for Charlie Kirk's family, but not just for Charlie Kirk's family, of course, for our country, for those of us who are saddened and grieving this, and saddened and grieving what's going on in our world right now, but also pray, please, please. We all need to pray for those that are suffering, that are owned by Satan, by demons. We need to pray that God helps them to find their way into healing, because where this comes from in these perspectives is a place of pain. All these people are in pain. They have lots of wounding that needs to be healed, and it is possible. There is a way to heal spiritually, emotionally, and find your way back to love. There is a way. I know, because I really feel like maybe 10 years ago or so, when I started my 30s, which is crazy that tomorrow is my birthday with all this happening. But just like thinking back when I started my 30s, I was in the depths of addiction. I was suffering. I was angry. I was so mad. And I could totally see that version of me saying some of the things that I have been hearing being passed along on YouTube through, other commentators and YouTube creators and stuff. I get it. I get that place. I get being in that much pain where you no longer even have power over your own point of view, your own words. And that is a really dark place. And I really feel so much compassion for them, and they need prayers. I mean, they need to find their way back into the light. They can bring us down if we let them. And I'm done letting angry, wounded people that are possessed by demons bring me down. I'm done. Personally, I'm fucking done with it. We keep giving these dark, unhealed, unhappy, hateful people so much power, but we can rise above it. We can rise above it, and we can be and embody the light and not fear being the light because we're afraid something bad is going to happen to us. Just know that God has got us. Know that our creator source has a plan, and we just have to lead and trust and be okay with not making everybody happy all the time. Anyway, I could go on and on, I guess, but I'll just leave it there. I wish you all the best. I truly do. I hope that you tap into your own spiritual gifts, your own relationship with your team, your guardian, with the creator, with our higher power. I pray that you find the light within all this darkness. I pray that we can rise together and remember who we are, remember who we truly are and why we are here. Much love and many blessings to you. And I will be back again very, very soon.